I just finished my anatomy and physiology 2 class. I sliced my hand open a week into starting the class, and it wouldn't have been so hard had it not been my right hand. I'm right handed. Everyone in my family is left handed. I'm a right handed leftist. It's my favorite joke. And statistically improbable. I am hilariously pale, and I also love saying that I am if Zoe Kravitz didn't get the right Punnett square configuration. My little brother is 6'2", beautiful, smart, and athletic. Um, and he looks like if Crawford was like, you know, a mulatto. I'm 5'6". Um, I did as best as I could with this class. I got over a lot of my test anxiety. I found a spiritual practice that feels a lot more settled in my body in the last 7 weeks. I have a scholarship that's dependent on me getting an 83. And I had to retake this class because I got an 81. My current grade is 80.75. And that's before handing in this assignment. I think also before all the extra credit is handed in. And my professor's been really kind with me and patient in a way that he says he hates other people. I like to think I'm very difficult to hate, even though that has been canonically wrong many times. I can only do my best right now, and that is my best. And my best means I didn't sleep that much, and that I didn't eat as well as I could have, but only a few days prior to that, I hadn't really eaten in a month other than whatever was donated to me, because I moved here expecting to start nursing school on May 12th, and I don't start until September. I had a ring pop that I bought, my favorite flavor, for when I passed this class with the grade I needed. And that was all the way in February, and I finished the class the first time in April. And I didn't get the grade I needed. And when I was lying down on my back on the floor of my new apartment, I didn't even have a bed yet, thinking, how am I going to pay rent? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to eat? And I just thought to myself, well, I can do a lot of things. That's what everyone says here. Wow, you can do everything. Yeah. Today's 5 years since I broke up with my ex, who was abusive and controlling, and I'm now the age that they were when we broke up. But next week, on the 25th, actually, the end of this week, Sunday, I'll have been on my own for 10 years. And 10 years ago, I was homeless. I didn't have a job. I didn't have insurance. I didn't have a cell phone number. I didn't know where I was going to sleep. And 10 years ago yesterday, I wrote on my stomach, I'm going to get out of here and make something of myself. And every time I got anxious at church, I would go to the bathroom and I'd lift up my stomach. I wrote it backwards so that every time I saw it, it was written correctly. I can read it quickly. And then I decided, okay, this is the week. That was a Sunday. And unknowingly, my great-grandmother's birthday. And she died when she was 102, and I was 2 years old. And my entire life being compared to her, it has made me feel so attuned with my intuition. My intuition says it's going to work out as it needs to. If it doesn't work out in the way that I want it, then that's the point. It's going to work out, period. I don't need to know how. Everything here is mine. Everything in my apartment, everything in my fridge, everything that I have even this little clipboard that I somehow clipped. I built this life. My grades are important to me, but no one else, because it's not important. I'm alive. My professor, who is a curmudgeon, loves me. Everyone I meet sees the magnetism and love that I bring into everything that I do, and everything I desire is to help the community that I belong to and communities that I'm serving and the communities that are going to be made, because I want to be a midwife. I will be a midwife. Every time I decide to do something else with my life, I get propelled back into the nurse midwifery track. So I can either remember that I'm a vessel or get that, 18-year-old me who was hopeful and suicidal at the same time and just tell them to shut the fuck up. Obviously, I struggle to do that. This video is almost 7 minutes long, and I still have my moments. I I dissociate a good amount from body pain and emotional pain, and I've been in therapy almost 11 years. Um, but this is the year that everything changes. This is the year that I believe in myself so much. But I don't believe, I know. You don't need to believe when you know. If I know who I am, I don't need to believe in myself because I know I'm capable. Sitting in this chair, being in this city, doing everything, looking at my high school diploma I got with one lens and one pair of glasses, and 40 absences my last year, I got a 3.9 GPA. I put myself through community college, no debt whatsoever, got my bachelor's degree during a pandemic in public health. I know who I am. That's all I need. I have a lollipop to celebrate finishing the class. And I'm gonna make another video when I get that ring pop on. So I don't need anyone to wish me luck. I need someone to say, you did that. And I did do that.